Hi. What I think about the Ezra Miller thing, I think he deserves a second chance. And you know why? I would say all the rappers that brag about things that they did in the past and did a whole bunch of crazy stuff, bragged about it, and did all of that stuff, and still being fine, right? And also, can you imagine if it was like completely mental health issue and all that stuff? It it's pretty crazy, right? Getting better and all that stuff. That's good, right? And if it is true that he's like completely being good and all that, I would say give him a second chance. And Cardi B, I just looked it up just real quick. Cardi B even said she drugged she was a stripper and she drugged a male and assaulted him, pretty much raped him and stuff. And since Cardi B was a stripper and not a millionaire yet, could you imagine her getting pregnant by the guy, kept keeping it a secret until the baby was born, and then knew his name, knew who he was because of the whole information and all that stuff, and had the DNA on all that, so it was clearly his baby. 18 years of paying for that without his knowing. And it was her words against his, so like, you know how the rule works. Believe the female before the male, because the guy would have probably liked it and all that, right? Could you imagine? Just disregarding her because of that, having her fired, having her lose her job, going all that. She probably should have been in jail, but she kept it a secret because, of course. And yeah, similar to the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation, but at least Ezra Miller didn't know the people that he affected. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, they were married, and they kind of ruined each other's life from there. I'm kind of. Someone said that Johnny Depp was equally in fault and did pretty bad stuff too, so equally bad. But there's so many stuff pointing to her, Heard, that I'm having trouble believing Johnny Depp did at least equally amount. I could see that Johnny Depp did something bad, but pretty bad, very bad, but equally amount, I don't really see any evidence from that, because there was clearly stuff that she was like pretending stuff and all that, and her recording all that. But yeah, to me, that situation is far worse than the Ezra Miller situation, because they personally knew each other, they were married to each other and all that. So I think point to that point to the Johnny Depp situation more than the Ezra Miller situation, even though he did crazy and bad stuff as well. But yeah, and of course, I would point the Shazam, the guy that plays Shazam. He mentioned the whole Pfizer thing. It was kind of his fault for not clarifying what it was, because if he's talking about the actual vaccine, that would be really bad. But if he's talking about the company Pfizer, that's one thing right there. That's a thing, because I just saw that Pfizer has a lot of bad things happen with the company. Like, company's doing pretty bad stuff. But I think he should have just clarified, so then there's no misunderstanding. Yeah, I believe he was talking about the company itself, not the vaccine. So I completely forgive him from doing that, because I think it is the company he's mentioning. So I'm just gonna watch it without any negative vision on it. The Flash, I would see some negative vision on it while watching it, but yeah, I'm gonna see what's gonna go on from the DC stuff. But if they're gonna move on from all the actors besides Shazam guy and Blue Beetle and Aquaman and stuff. I'm completely fine with that, because again, the guy that plays Shazam didn't really do anything bad. And to me, if they wait for Ezra Miller to get completely better and become like a good person and all that stuff, and with the taking care and all that, if the Flash shows in like 5 years or somewhat, like that kind of thing, like much later, they can use Ezra Miller as long as he kind of clears himself with any of the negative stuff, you know. And if you're against Ezra Miller and would be against Ezra Miller all the time, well, you should be against the rappers and actual people that did horrible stuff. And also, you know, the people that were criminals and was in jail for like a long time, and cleared themselves, probably moved to religion and became better and cleared their name, remove all their sins and all that stuff. They became a good person, even worked for the government and all that. I'd say I would forgive them too. And yeah, to me, all I'm saying is it's a sticky situation of everybody, you know. Did bad, did good, did horrible. Forgiveness and all that stuff, to me, as long as they're better, Ezra Miller, everyone surrounding that situation, as long as it's a clean slate and way better than it is now, I don't think it'd be too bad. But the Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard situation, I'm pretty sure that would stick, because that's like a marriage, you know. I'm not sure how they would clean that up. And again, could probably take a few years. That might be cleaned up also, but yeah, to me it's kind of one-sided in that Johnny Depp thing and all that. I think Johnny Depp has a slightly easier chance to getting better. Mainly because even in the thing that they were both in trouble and all that, even then he was in Sea of Thieves DLC and had sort of his likeness, you know? So I'm pretty sure he got money from that. And also, I believe there's a Johnny Depp type pirate guy in Disney World or Disneyland still roaming around and joking. I would be surprised if he didn't get anything from that, because I'm pretty sure he made the character, like his mannerisms and stuff. Like he created his like idea of that character. So I think it's that kind of thing, right? But to me, I think where was I? Yeah, Ezra Miller has a clear chance of clearing his name, but if people still like really hate if you kept him, that's their idea. But yeah, I'm open to whatever James Gunn does. Like I said before, I'm open to it. But of course, if they recast, I believe it would work. But yeah, all I'm saying is, good luck, DC. Good luck, everything that's revolving around it. And yeah, I just feel like everything needs to be clear, and James Gunn needs to say stuff more clearly of who's gonna at least be considered as Superman and everything else. But I'm pretty sure once it gets to that time, they would mention it. But yeah, all right.